Hey everyone, my name is Sam and I'm from Xmetric, and today I want to show you how we made this kick from this track called Ratatatown. So you get the idea, and we used this VST here called Kick2, which is a really amazing little VST. A reason to use this is that you generate your sound and you are not using samples. So first you have a unique sound, you have a unique kick and a unique snare, because it does snares too, it does any kind of percussions. And so here you have a unique sound, and you have, I think, a better sound, because when you merge kick samples together, you will have phase issues and stuff like that, and you kind of never really have what you want. You are always doing compromise and stuff like this. And with this, you just create something new, and it is just the way you want. When you work on a kick for like 10 minutes, 10-20 minutes, I think your ears will get tired. So what I will give you as a tip will be to sample a kick from another artist that you like and that you want to kind of replicate. So me, I love Infected Mushroom, so from their latest album I sampled this kick. Oops, sorry. And I tried to get the character, the tone of the kick in mind. So I think it's pretty close, and the big difference here is that it's not on the same note, because my track root note is A, so this kick is in A instead of, maybe this is, I don't know, in F sharp or whatever. So that's why they're different. So yeah, when you open Kick2, the first thing that you will see is this pitch envelope, and it is a really WYSIWYG kind of pitch envelope. You just draw the line, you draw how you want your kick go from the high pitch to the low pitch. And what is really awesome with this envelope is that you see the note on which the sign you see the note the sign will play when it gets there. So when it gets to the bass, it will play A, and also there too a little bit. So I can really tune the kick to the track, you know. And if I want to make a track in C and just use this same kick again, so right now it's in A, I can put this in C and I will put the other two too, and now it will play a perfect C. So that's that. You have control on the overall pitch, which I don't really use. I use it more for the character purposes more than pitch, but yeah, it does this. So I could have a snappier kick, but I like it like this. And you have an overall length here. So yeah, pretty simple stuff, pretty WYSIWYG, like I said. So that's it for the pitch envelope. You have an amp envelope. So you draw the volume, and here I put a bit less amplitude before we get to the bass. And the only reason why I did this is because the infected kick kind of does it too. So I really tried to get this tone from Infected Mushroom. So yeah, again, pretty basic. You draw the volume, the amplitude of the kick at every given moment, and basic envelope. And then you have envelopes for what they call clicks. Clicks are these three things here. They are basically samples. So if you have a sample, any kind, a kick or something you recorded, and you just like the snap of it, you can drag and drop it on one of these three channels here, and you have controls over it. So if we take this one and we go on his envelope, If I play it, so that's a click that is happening in the kick, but with compression and stuff like that, it's not as loud as when I solo it. And you have basic controls such as the pitch, and you have length, but here it's a really short clip, so as you can see it doesn't make a huge difference, but here we have it. You can choose where in the sample you start, so I start way later in the sample because the real samples is like this, but I preferred this sound. You have a low pass, high pass, really basic stuff. So you are limited, but I think that having everything in one place is really better for creation. You have less control, but you will see why. It's really awesome to have everything in one place, and really I don't use anything else right now. I just use Kick2, and I don't even apply effects after on the, maybe an EQ, but nothing more. Kick2 has an EQ, but it is a really simple one again. It's just the low, mid, and high, and no, you have low, mid, and high. Really simple stuff. Then after you have distortion. I use just a little bit of distortion, but you can be a lot crazier. Let me remove this. So yeah, you can make hardcore kicks if you want. But yeah. You have drive, which is very simple too, and just add kind of loudness to the kick. So just a little bit is cool. And then you have a compressor. You compress the overall kick. It's a really simple compressor. You have your threshold, ratio, attack, release. So really simple stuff. And then when you're done, you have the render here, and you just generate a sample, you drag and drop in FL or whatever, and you use your new kick as any sample. If you want to make changes in the future while producing the track, you open back Kick2, make your changes. Like if you want for just one part of the track distortion, you add distortion, and you put the kick back in the track. One thing that I skipped is the sub control here. I don't really use it because I just want the sine wave, and but you can do crazier stuff. You have harmonics that I really don't use, but you can use, and you can play the kick instead of having it locked. And when you play it, you can slide between two notes. So if you make like trap music or stuff like that, that might be pretty cool to have. So yeah, like I said, it just does everything. Every little parts of it, like distortion or how you play samples, is not the ultimate way of doing it. It's not the best way of doing it. But I think if you look at this at the perspective of an artist trying to create something quickly, because you have an idea and you just don't want to produce and you just want to create something, I think it does the job, and I think it does it really well, because like I said before, using this I was using samples, and it was never really the way I wanted anyway. And since I use Kick2, I spent like 10 minutes on a kick, and it has never been this good in the past. So yeah, in the past I used, by the way, a VST called Bases. It did the job great, but the interface on Kick2 is really better, and I think I paid like $90 Canadian, I think. And the last time I paid that amount of money on a VST and that it was this good. It was like serum. So this is, I really recommend Kick2. It's really an amazing plugin, VST, and yeah, and you can make snares too. I made the snare. This is the bass. This is the snare. This is from Kick2 with a little bit of reverb. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And it comes with a lot of sample. You can, as you can see here, if I take this one, a lot of samples with a lot of genres, any kind of percussion. If you take a snare, so you have starting points, and you can just mess around and create something crazy. And you have something that nobody else in the world has. It is your unique sound, and I think it's really important to have something unique when the kick and the snare are the most important part of your track, and you have no phase issues, as if you were using samples to control the bass, or if you were shifting the note of a sample because you really like the sample, but it is not on the note of the key of the track. So with this, since it's a VST, a synth, it generates the stuff and it's just perfect every time. So highly recommend this one, and I hope you've learned something, and if you like this, please like the video and subscribe. So yes, thank you and see you later.